This teaching outline is titled Radical Discipleship. The Heart of the Kingdom is a Kingdom's Heart. Today we're going to focus on Matthew chapter 5 verse 8, which states, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." In order to understand this text, we have to take a look to the topic that is pronounced by the author throughout all this gospel, the kingdom. The kingdom is mentioned 55 times in the book of Matthew. You can see this in Logos by right-clicking the word kingdom, then lemma, and finally search this resource. If we want to see it as a graph, then we can go to graph results and it will appear. We can also visualize the number of hits per chapter. Our thesis statement is that Jesus requires his disciples to have a heart completely devoted to him, an undivided heart that does not care about showing righteousness as a mask, but that has been changed inwardly. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus preaches a new concept of righteousness, totally unpopular for those times and our times, and radically different from that of the Pharisees. In order to support this thesis, we should take a better look at the meaning of the word heart. The lemma cardia is used in different senses in Matthew, referring to the intellect, where decisions and thoughts develop, also refers to devotion, and basically what lies in the most inner being. Jesus oftentimes denounces the Pharisees, saying that they honor God with their lips, but their hearts are far away from God. This is what Jesus is announcing. His kingdom doesn't take external righteousness, but a righteousness that is born within. If we take a look at the Beatitudes, we can visualize that blessed are the pure in spirit, the meek, the merciful, the pure in heart, and the peacemakers. These are all nominative adjectives which speak of an attribute. This is not just a random action, but a feature that defines a person. We can also see that blessed are those who mourn, those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, and those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, which are participle verbs and speak of a continuous action. As a result of the discourse analysis, we can see that there is divergence in where the Sermon on the Mount starts, but there is unison in where it finishes. This is in verse 12. From verse 3 to 12, we can find the apocalyptic sayings, which means that they will be fulfilled in the time to come. And then from verse 13, we can find the discipleship sayings. As a conclusion, we can say that in order to be a discipleship of Christ, there needs to be a transformation from the inside. Those who have been saved by grace are invited to be followers of Jesus and have a kingdom perspective in everyday lives. The reward promised to them is huge. They will see God. And I believe that it's not just talking about eternity, but also about a discovery of God's mysteries in the present time.